All right. So, going to be doing a New England Patriots 2026 NFL mock draft coming in after the loss to the Steelers. Let's just say it. When you lose the ball 5 times, you give up the ball 5 times, turnovers, you're probably not going to win the game. In fact, I think going back to like the 70s, there's only been like 7 or 8 teams, or I should say times, when a team gave up 5 or more turnovers and somehow was able to win the game. So, single-digit percentage likelihood of that being pulled off, and the Patriots, in many ways, were close to it. They were the better team yesterday. They just gave up the ball too much, didn't execute on key plays, which is kind of the formula for losing. They were close to having the formula for winning, but they definitely had the formula for losing all filled out. Now, if it was like, a couple interceptions from May and then a few things here and there, a variety of different, stupid mistakes, but when it's your 2 running backs giving up the ball 3 times, fumbling the ball 3 times, that is concerning, especially when, Stevenson last year had the most fumbles in the league. So it's more than just like a minor. This is a major trend from him, and you're relying upon, we had a 3-headed monster. Well, your primary back was Stevenson, workhorse, I should say, dropping the ball. Is Gibson as reliable as we think he is? And then we don't want Travion Henderson to get the majority of the snaps. It was a problem for him in college with getting beat up. And he's a rookie. And his pass pro isn't that great. So all of a sudden, the Patriots, what was going to be oh yeah, we're going to run the ball. We got this 3-headed monster. All of a sudden becomes a massive liability. Now, is that an overreaction? It wouldn't be if... I don't think it's an overreaction, because we're just seeing what we saw last year. And yeah, maybe Stevenson, learns to keep his arm tight and, put 2 hands on the ball when he's finally going, someone's coming in for a tackle, some just very fundamental things. Could be, hey, that's something easy to understand. You should know that. Just work on it. But the problem is yeah, you're a professional athlete and you haven't done that yet. So we have to say, even if it starts to be zeros on the fumble column for weeks and weeks, and maybe he puts the ball on the ground 1 or 2 more times, and everybody's like, well, at least it was better than last year. I mean, going into this offseason, both in free agency and the draft, it looks like running backs are probably going to be on the list. Now, prior to this, my previous mock drafts, I didn't have them on the list. I don't even remember really even drafting a running back. However, I will say that one of my quote guys, one of the guys in my 10 tag videos, was Nick Singleton. Let's see, where is he at? He should probably be at first or second. Yeah, they have him at 37. Nick Singleton from Penn State. Now, Nick Singleton is essentially a Saquon Barkley clone. Similar production, similar size, similar strengths and speeds. I mean, he's in the 4.3s. He's putting up the same weight room numbers, basically. And he's going to probably come close to or maybe match or even exceed Saquon's production at Penn State. And, that's something to say. Now, is he going to do it? Is he going to be better than Saquon or even close to Saquon? We don't know. But no one's going to sit here and say, yeah, we're seeing all this stuff that says he won't be nearly as good as Saquon. He looks like Saquon running the ball. Again, very similar play style, body type, strengths, physical, mental, it's all there. So he's one of my guys. I don't mind Jeremiah Love. The rest of the running back class is interesting because a lot of these guys are coming out of the shadows of last year's really strong running back class. Yes, there are some guys who were not, backups to them. Jonah Coleman's was solid. There's several guys who have been productive for 2 or 3 years here, but they kind of were the best running backs in the league essentially last year, minus probably Jeremiah Love and Singleton, were all in last year's draft class. So these guys are kind of coming out of the shadows. So we're waiting to see who's emerging in that probably 4, 5, 6, 7 hole here on the running back class to see if there's anybody else who's worthy of like a day 2 or early day 3 pick for running back class. And it's not like there's a decent amount of head count in the class. It's just a lot of question marks. So Jeremiah Love, Nick Singleton, I would say these guys are first round talents in terms of running back. We'll see what happens with the amount of teams that need quarterbacks and tackles and other positions that are much higher value. I mean, running back is way, way far back, like way down, like near the bottom quarter of value when you're drafting. Now, that doesn't mean when you see a guy like Travion Henderson who has the metrics, like that can obviously trump it. But running backs typically in the modern NFL since like 2000, I did that, numbers were 2002 or 2000. Oh, that was straight 2000. Never mind. Since like 2000 is the running backs do not really move the needle under their rookie contracts as much typically. But if you got a guy like, say, Henderson, or in case like Singleton or Jeremiah Love, maybe these guys are needle movers. Maybe you do find some Bijan Robinson and Jahmyr Gibbs running backs in here. So, yeah, those guys were first rounders, and those guys were instant impacts, and they've been strong since. But CJ Baxter, I think he was injured last year, but had a decent year the year prior. Jonah Coleman's been solid. I like him a lot. Him at 88 would be a great value pick. Justice Haynes is probably your best home run hitter, big play guy in the draft. Allen does pretty well for splitting time with Singleton. Maki Hughes, I think he was Tulane, looked good at Oregon. Has been looking good. Wisner, I don't know, really. I mean, same thing with Miller. These guys are all part of, rotational backfields. Talent-wise, you got two guys right here that are promising. That would be great values at 157, 159 with Jaden Ott and then L.J. Martin. Both of them bring a different play style. They're both great athletes. Price is good, again, for being a backup with Love. He does a decent production. Hemby, I'd have to watch a little bit more. Claiborne, not really. I don't know. See, now we're getting to maybe. Like, they're producing some decent numbers. Le'Veon Moss is a good athlete. But I'm also seeing this class. I mean, this is a decent list for a mock draft simulator, but they're missing some of the top guys. Like the guy from UTSA is actually pretty good. He had a good game against Texas A&M, and I think he's the top producing running back. I don't even think he's in this simulator. I'm not seeing him. No. So there's a few other guys to add to the mix there. The guy from UConn, I don't see him. He's pretty good. But Caleb Jackson, he'd be at 329 as a UDFA. That's a pickup. He runs in like the 4.4s at like 230. Terrion Stewart's pretty good. Roderick Robinson, another big back from Georgia, he can be a decent UDFA. Chris Johnson Jr., yes, that Chris Johnson. Ooh, they put him at the Patriots. He'd be interesting. He's 6'2", like around, or 6'1", maybe, like in the 190s. So, like, kind of like his dad. He's a little bit leaner, just speed. Like, he's a 4.3 guy. He's got some decent shake to him. His vision's okay. He's definitely incredibly raw. He needs to be development, but that's a guy you bring in, develop him if you can. Caden Fagan, I've been talking about him for, I think, since the first one, right after the draft, which is, hey, if you're looking for a big back that can do some like fullback responsibilities, this is your guy. But if you can get him in as a UDFA, that's another big hit, home run. Yeah, I'm seeing there's a decent amount of running backs that are, not being listed here that are draftable. So it's a little bit better than this mock draft simulator showing, but even then, like, you're not getting like Cam Scatterbo like on day 3 here. Caleb Johnson would probably be easily a top 3 running back in this class. Most guys from last year. Again, Jeremiah Love and Nick Singleton would probably still be close to first rounders even last year compared to those guys. But Then I'm thinking like CJ Baxter, Jonah Coleman, like those guys would be easily day 3. So there's a gap here. So it's either do you target Jeremiah Love or Singleton in the top 50, if not in the first round, or do you hope that you can maybe get Jonah Coleman, not 88, but maybe in the, like, where do they have? The Patriots have like a 10 what? They'd have like a 103 in this. Where are they? Sorry, I don't even see where they have them right now. 11. So maybe you can go after a Haynes or a Coleman in 4, or Allen too. Like that, this grouping here in the 10s, that would be okay. But people start picking up some running backs on day 2. Maybe they are forced to get one in their their 3rd round pick, and that would be, to me, an overdraft. You've kind of, at this point, it's either hopefully these guys on the Patriots, Stevenson and Gibson and Henderson, really start to shape up here, or they're spending money on running backs and free agency, which no one really wants to do, trading for one, or hoping that they can find, maybe they throw a few draft picks on, or a couple of draft picks on running backs, and one of them sticks, and maybe Land Larson is able to come back and he's solid next year. So, all right, let's get into it. Sorry it's taking so long. Let's see where we're at. Let's do a quick overview of the top first round here. Still lots of quarterbacks I see. Peter Woods, Caleb Downs. Yeah, and Spencer. I'd put Spencer in there too. And Mauioa and Ruben Bain I'd put in there. Caden Proctor maybe. Falk and Parker, I got to see something. Their consistency is not the best. But yeah, this grouping, probably your top 3 here. Best actual players, and then the quarterback is just getting the bump because of positional value. Anthony Hill. I need to see more from him. DDS, I think him and Bain are my top 2 edge guys in the class right now. Sadiq, he's solid. Very impressed with him. LT Overton is looking better with me. CJ Allen these Georgia linebackers just show up every year, coming out. Like, whoever's behind next year is probably going to be studs too. He's very impressive athletically. Playmaker. Wouldn't mind him. And then Sonny Styles, obviously, I'm big on him. And then Dylan Thieneman, huge on him. So the first round to me is getting better. I'm seeing a lot of guys that were probably in the 50s getting a little more love, and we can start questioning if some of these quarterbacks are really going to stick in the first round. But anyway, let's get to it. Let's just see how it goes. They're picking 11. So 11, you're looking probably still at maybe a Woods or Caleb Downs, or I guess in this case, both. Oh no, we lost Downs, did we? So I'm going to go with Peter Woods here. I'm not going to make too much. Just go watch the analysis video on him and how this guy can really just become the engine on that front 7. Because if he's taking up blocks and he's really making penetration, he's going to make it easier for those linebackers that are struggling these days. So I guess the game plan here is to basic. I'm not going to trade back if I can get him. If I don't have Peter Woods or Caleb Downs, I'm probably trading back. Maybe if offensive line is not holding up or there's some injuries, maybe I'll go offensive line there. But that's about it. Or if we desperately need a wide receiver, again, probably due to an injury. So we did not get, right? We missed out on Shelton. Yeah, so now we're going to hope for Jonah Coleman or Justice Haynes at this 103 spot. Because I'm not going to... we're just going to have to hold our breath. Because there's other things that we need to figure out here. I have to watch him. Apparently, I've heard... Ooh, Malik Muhammad. That's... Ooh. Who's the best player right now? Yeah. This is interesting. I like Drew Shelton too. He's one of my guys, but Malik Muhammad, have him as a first rounder. Max Clare, another one of my guys. I got to pass him for that. I'll take Akis, though, if he's still around. Yep, I'll take him. I'll take him. Thank you. I would like Slaughter too, but alright, so next we're gonna probably have to look for an offensive lineman of some. We can Zane Durant's there. Oh, we don't need him, we got Peter Woods. OT. Okay, we got lost out on OT. Interior offensive lineman. Losing out there, not looking good. Alright, so running back. Coleman. Barton. Safety help. Yeah, so we'll go with Jonah. Not a big sob. I'm not like some of the safeties they have right now. I'm not huge on. Or I'll have to at least do a lot more investigation on them. They're taking all my guys. Someone's got us. Someone knows what we want. Do they have Boubacar Traore? Interesting guy. From Boston, by the way. So far, not so good. I think I'm gonna go holding off on any guard right now. I think I gotta go with Lander Barton. It's gonna... Wow, defense. Holy cow. Wow. A lot of the guys I would expect are getting picked out. What we got for picks? Alright, so let's do... I think I should probably go... I mean, I know these guys are decent, but I'm liking Blake Miller. Ability to play some guard and tackle for us. Interior offensive line next. I will take... Yep, there's our center. Okay, we're gonna squirm out of this one. And I'll call it a squirm because it's not great. Safety, Rod Moore. I'll take Bray Hubbard. wide receiver coming down to, jeez. Still like Eugene or Tom Max here. You know, I'm gonna go here. You're probably like squirming on that, but I like how that guy moves. T.E. Klein. Thank you. Best blocking tight end. And that's it. All right, that's good enough. It's not the best by any means. So we'll do another one. Mistake? I don't know. I mean, a lot of these guys I'd put... The top three I could see being first-round talents at some point this year. Yeah, I guess holding our breath on Jonah Coleman. Getting Lander Barton at 116. Yeah, I mean, Blake... Yeah, if you get Blake Miller on day 3, that's a good pick. Bray Hubbard, if he comes out, draftable. Lapani is, I think, very underrated by the media. Max, under the radar because he's from Youngstown. I'm glad they even have him in here, but he's interesting. And Marlon Klein's essentially one of your better blocking tight ends in college football. So I'm going to go, wow, they put Dalen Everett as number 1. I mean, he's a good corner, but I would put him in maybe the top 5 corner, but not even maybe the number 1 corner, and then obviously not the first overall, but okay. I'll sure. All right, let's do another one real quick. Do I have to change it up? We'll see. So you missed your guy, but we still able to squirm and get somebody. Scramble, I should say, not squirm. I won't go after Peter. I guess we're not going to get the option this time. But, again, if Caleb Downs is there, you just kind of have to do it. So, again, I would say this is kind of hold the breath and hold your breath and see what you get. So I don't know if you can do like what you'd burn to come back up and get Singleton. I guess if you were like someone came in and gave you a lot to get either Peter Woods or a quarterback or some, or Caleb Downs, and you were able to burn some of that to get moved back up in the first to get Singleton in the same draft, I guess so. I mean, we got him this time. Let's see what we got. Tackle, linebacker, edge. Yeah, I'll go. Sorry, I'm going to keep getting Gabe Akis. It just makes my life a lot easier. I'll take Aaron Graves. Oh, damn. Ooh, Pregno. I think we gotta go tackle, though, huh? Oh, we keep missing tackles here. Well, what we'll do here is, if we can get Pregno, yeah, we can. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. And that'll give you some flex because you'll still have... He can play left or right guard. And I'll give you Jared a chance to possibly move in at center if needed. Speaking of center, we might have to make a move on that earlier. No, but I think I have to get Stowers. He's one of my guys, so. Big receiving tight end, or tight end. We gotta go linebacker here. Lander Barton, Lander Barton, Lander Barton, Lander Barton. Come on, get. Yes. I'll take Kyle Lewis too. Actually, this 1, 2, and 3, I'm all happy to get them. Golday's pretty good too. Woodaz is good. Bryce is solid. Rojas has got some, I mean, definitely has some juice to him. But Deion Crawford's a beast. Buffalo just pumps out linebackers. Oh, I saw Keeley Lawson. We're going to do Lander again. OT, wide receiver. Let's see if we can find Wildy. Definitely going to take Wildy or Eric Rivers. Or Tom. I'll hold off one more for this one. How do we got? Evan Stewart's pretty solid too. D lineman. Do they still have... Yep, there he is there. Yeah, I'm going to... Where are we? Selections. 195. What do we need? Quarterback. D-line. Corner. Yeah. OT. Jair Hill's good. Josh Motton. Wow, they cleaned us out on corners. I'll go for him last. Corners are we're gonna miss out on a corner. OT, corner, quarterback. I think maybe I'll go with Wildy. That's not a bad pick. Guy can play. Oh yeah, we're gonna go with... Let's take a look at OT. This is a good grouping right here. I'm gonna go with him. Boston kid. He's a joker, so you can move him around. Much more of an edge dude, but he can play a variety of positions on that D-line. Next. Hill coming down this far, I'm willing to take that. Oh, Renee Conga. Good. Shoot, I forgot about him. Damn. I'll take Eric Rivers too. Oh man, Roy Williams as edge. Max. All right, let's before I just blindly get out of this, right? Because it's our last one. That's tempting, but we have enough edge guys already. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I like Tom a lot, but I don't know. Eric Rivers has got some juice too. Chase Roberts being more of an X guy. Where's Deuce? Actually, there he is. But no, we already got Eli Stowers. guess take a look at QBs real quick. Is Childs still around? Nope. No, that's UDFA action. Yeah, I might have to go with Drake. I really like this Alex Harkey kid, but... Oh... Yeah, I guess let's do... Kearney's pretty good, too. Shit. Sorry that I'm taking forever on this one. You know what? I'm going to go with Eric Rivers. Just like the juice the guy brings. He's got some speed to him. Yeah, so not bad. Not loving it. Sure. All right, let's do one more. Make it quick. We'll do the idea of trading back a little bit, see what we get there. Just in case someone wants to come and get, say, Caleb or Peter. It's not really helping us out. Okay, let's do that. That's getting back into a range where it gets a little different. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Kane Proctor. Don't like it. See, Proctor would be good if we had... What is this? Nope. So, you know what? I can go with Proctor. DDS. Yeah, let's try that. Let's just do Kane Proctor. That we got a right tackle for the future, but you can also, like I said in my 10 tags video, you can actually start him off probably at left guard until it's needed. Because you're looking at massive human being there. And I don't think he's got the movement grades to really hang out left guard. Or left tackle, I'm sorry. Let's see what we got here. Bunch of nothing that we need. DJ McKinney looks pretty good, to be honest with you. I'm going to go with Malik and then take... Actually, I wouldn't mind taking Nick Harbor. Still going after Akis. Sorry. It's not going away. $81. Who would we get here? Yeah, probably Harold Perkins would... Slaughter's a great center. Harold Perkins would probably be the higher need right now. Parker's really good as a center, too. It's a great center class. Oh, we have yet to get a safety, huh? Kamari Ramsey's not bad. Let's take a look at OT. Yeah, I'm going to take Caleb right now. So we're done there. Still got Ramsey. Okay, now Zane Durant's probably more my type of dude. Same thing with Pregnall, but I'm going to actually, you know what? I'm going to hold off on the safety. I'll just stick to some value on day 3. Might have to punt it. Kamari Ramsey. Okay. Stowers. Yeah, Katron Allen right here is probably pretty good. So we're still picking up a running back. Shit. Yeah, we need to get Logan Jones. Okay. QB. Aiden Childs. I know everybody's probably going to say Nico. I don't think Nico's coming back. I don't think he's coming out. Alright, picking up some extra corner help. If there's anybody there. Jair Hill's still there. Lamba. Yeah, let's go Kyle Lewis. Tight end, Marlon Klein. Get your inline blocking tight end. Edge, D-line. Nobody there that I'm dying for. Wildy, thank you. Hill's your nickel. Nope. You know what? I'll go after Otis. Or Bear Alexander. Yeah. That probably would have been the better move. Anybody else that I have left? Good. That was a big draft, obviously. So the point of this draft, sorry, this last one, which was, can we move back and would be missing out or maybe taking a chance or maybe taking him at 20. I wasn't comfortable at 20 because I think Caden Proctor and a few other guys were still better picks for the Patriots than Singleton. It's a solid first round offensive tackle at 20. You're taking him. And even at 50, if like Malik Muhammad's there, I don't know, maybe I'm higher on Malik Muhammad than others, but he's a top corner for me. I guess I would, if Singleton was there, I would take him. And then Nick Harbor, it's like you start getting to the point where you're like value. And then it really wasn't worth looking at running backs again until like, beginning of day 3. And even then, I'm still looking at a decent safety that could be a top 50 pick, a D tackle that could be a top 50 pick, a tight end that could be a top 50 pick. I'm still picking those guys before I pick in most years, like still a pretty strong day 3 running back. Yeah. So I'll leave it there. Take home here is, it seems to probably be like 2 guys. Like I said, you got Love and then you got Singleton. I would say there's potential for another 3 guys to possibly be day 2 prospects that you'd want to hopefully get maybe on day 3. And that's about it. It's like maybe, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I don't know, like getting a day 2 running back unless it is like a Singleton or Love that falls out of the first. Unless Coleman really has a great year and like a lot of these guys are also going to have to test out really well. Because right now their production isn't like amazing, and you know they're doing okay against easy competition. But it's going to be interesting if some of these running backs need to, I guess, prove in big games that they can, they have good vision, they can break tackles, and they're athletically a whole nother level versus their competition. They're gonna have to really start to stand out. Otherwise, it's gonna just, maybe we find a diamond on day 3, or maybe another UDFA, striking hot on, day 3, or UDFA. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about these drafts. What do you think we're going to do about running back? Or am I overdoing it with the idea that we're going to have to go after a guy like Singleton and use another draft pick high up, top 50 pick on a running back? Let me know in the comment section below. If you guys like this content, please like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.